Okay, Perry invests $10,400 in two different accounts. So I'm going to let X be the money in account 1, and I'm going to let Y be the money in account 2. Okay, the first account paid 7%. The second account paid 12% in interest. At the end of the first year, he had earned $1,018 in interest. How much was in each account? So if he earned $1,018, that's just the extra amount he made in interest. So if I take the 7% he made in account 1, so I can find that by multiplying 7% of what he invested in account 1, add it to the 12% he made from account 2, this should be $1,018 in interest. And the second thing we know is that in total, he invested $10,400. So if I add what he invested in account 1 with what he invested in account 2, it has to be $10,400. So now you've got a system of equations that you could use either substitution, elimination, or graphing to solve. For me on this one, I would probably use substitution, but it doesn't matter which one you use. So if I use substitution, I'm going to take the second equation, solve it for x. So x equals 10,400 minus y. And sorry, I don't know, they've updated my app. It doesn't work like I want it to anymore. Okay, so I've got x equals 10,400 minus y. Plug that in to the top equation. So 0.07 times 10,400 minus y. I'm sorry, plus, I don't know what I'm looking at, plus 0.12y equals 1018. And like I said, my app's not working like I want it to. I think you could probably solve it from there. If you need me to keep working this one, I can. Just let me know. Okay, the second problem is kind of the same deal. We have to make a system of equations. A movie theater has a seating capacity of 177. The theater charges $5 for children, $7 for students, $12 for adults. There are half as many adults as children. The total ticket sales money was $1,272. How many children, students, and adults attended? So the three things that can change, let's just name them. Well, let's just name them. C is the number of children. S is the number of students. And A is the number of adults. So this is one that is very similar to the one I worked for you earlier. I'm going to have to go back and look at that one because I messed it up the first time I did it. There's 177 seats. So the number of children plus the number of students plus the number of adults is 177. We know that $5 times however many children there were plus $7 times however many students there were plus $12 times however many adults there were would equal how much money they made, which is $1,272. And then there's half as many adults as children. So there are half as many as adults as children, so different ways you could write it. I'm going to go with, if I take the number of adults and multiply by 2, that should be the number of children. Okay, so like I said, I'm trying to remember how we had to do this. Okay, so we would, I'm going to take the first equation and solve it for S. So that says S is equal to 177 minus C minus A. But now from the green equation, I know C is the same thing as 2A. So it's 177 minus 2A minus A, which means S is 177 minus 3A. All right, so I'm going to take this, plug it in for S in the middle equation. And so it'll be in terms of A. And then I'm going to take this, C is 2A, plug that in for C in the second equation, and I'll only have an A there. So this will be 5 times 2A plus 7 times S, which is 177 minus 3A plus 12A equals 1272. So this would be 10A plus, I think I can do that in my head, 7 times 177, 1239 minus 21A plus 12A equals 1272. Here's where it doesn't do what I want to do anymore. Okay, hopefully you got that. Combining like terms, that would be 22A minus 21A, so A plus 1239 equals 1272, which means A is equal to 1272 minus 1239.
Good morning, teachers and students. Would you please stand and join me for a moment of silence?
So I know A is 33. Take this, plug it in for A. That means C is 66. And now I know 33 and 66. Plug them both into the top equation. So 66 plus S plus 33 equals 177. So you should get 99. So that would be 78 for S. Okay, so K is the number of pounds of Kenya coffee, and R is the number of pounds of Rift Valley coffee. I know in total I've got 10 pounds of the new blend. So if I take the number of pounds of Kenya plus the number of pounds of Rift Valley, it has to be 10. And then the second thing is it's $12.02 for every pound of coffee. So let's figure out how much it's going to cost me in total to make the coffee. So however many pounds of Kenya coffee I use, I can multiply that by 1090, and that's how much money I spent in Kenya coffee for the new mix. And then Rift Valley is however many pounds of that times 1370. This would give me the total amount of money I spent on the coffee. All right, but I know that I don't know what the total amount I spent is, but I do know that I'm selling it for $12.02 for every pound. So you could think about that as this is the total amount I spent for 10 pounds. So if I divide that by 10, that's the price per pound, and that's equal to $12.02. And if I had this, I would go ahead and simplify that right off the bat, because that would be a disaster to try to work with that, I would think. So multiplying by 10 on both sides, 10.90K equals 13.70R. No, I'm wrong. What am I saying? It's early. 13.70R equals 120.2. And so again, you've got substitution, elimination, graphing to solve it. This is another one I would probably use substitution on. So I've got K is equal to 10 minus R. Plug that in here for K. You'll solve it, you'll find R. Once you know R, plug it back in for K.